Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm the smartphone guy coming back at you with another video, and today we're going to take a look at this watch right here. This is the Amazfit Bip, also known as the Amazfit Lite. So this is a GPS running watch that is really designed for those of you that want to be able to accurately track your running, your biking, your activity, but you don't want to have to carry around your phone with you because this has built-in GPS and GLONASS for accurate GPS measurement. So this is available right now on gearbest.com. You can see the version I have is available for $58. I'll leave a link down in the description if you're interested in picking it up. But you can also see that there is an international version available for just over $80. So this is actually the little brother to this watch right here. That's probably one of my favorite GPS watches available right now. This is the Amazfit Pace. Right now you can actually pick this one up on gearbest.com for $82. So I'll leave a link down below with a coupon code where you can get this one for $82. So this one has built-in music, so you can actually store music on it. So if you want to run with your music, it is available on the Pace, not available on the Amazfit Bip. So that would be one major difference. And then this one does have a few more features that are available on it as well. This one actually has Android 5.1, so you can actually throw games on it and things like that. If you want to, you're gonna have to mess around with it a little bit. That's not something I've personally done. I'm using it for running. Same reason I'm going to use this watch as well. So let's go ahead and talk about what all this thing can do for that $58 price point. So first of all, let's just go ahead and take a look at the watch. You can see that there is just one button here. Now this one is made out of plastic on the back, whereas the bezel on this one is made out of ceramic. And you can see that this one has ceramic for the hinges for the quick release bands as well. This one also has quick release bands, so that's nice. And then it has a heart rate sensor there on the back. Now this does come with a charging cradle that you'll probably almost never use because this watch will last basically forever. And that's because it has a trans-reflective display, which basically means the more light you have, actually the easier it is to see this watch. So it does have a backlight, as you can see, so you can just hit that button and it'll turn the backlight on, or you can just flip your wrist and it'll turn the backlight on. That doesn't actually activate the watch when you flip your wrist, but it will turn that backlight on, so you can see that right there. So whenever you want to check the time and things like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at what all this thing has to offer. So if I just scroll down, basically from the top, you can see that it's connected, battery life, and it says do not disturb is off. So when I scroll down, you can see that it does give me the option to look at my notifications. Now, on this watch, it's going to be just basic notification readout. You're not actually going to be able to interact with your notifications, whereas with the Amazfit Pace, you can. So that's one thing worth considering. If you want something that's more of a smartwatch, I would recommend the Amazfit Pace. So then, basically, if we scroll left, there's nothing. But if we scroll to the right, you can see, first of all, we have status. So that's going to read off our steps, our heart rate, our calories burned for the day, and then how much we've been active over the last hour. And then we're going to go ahead and hit back. That's also the back button as well. And then we have our activity. So you can see we have outdoor running, treadmill, cycling, walking, and then some activity history and activity settings. So if we go in there, you can see that we have auto pause, heart rate alert, and pace alert, and then distance alert. So that distance alert is going to alert you when you get to certain mile markers. So you can set that to whatever you want. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. We have the weather, so we can go in here. And I haven't found a way to change that from Celsius. Right now I can only find Celsius, so if anybody knows of a way to get that to Fahrenheit, that'd be great. Let me know down in the comment section. But as of right now, I believe it's only available in Celsius. So there's the weather. We can set up some alarms. Now the actual alarms you're gonna have to set up through the watch. This on the on the phone, but on the watch you can just turn them on and off. So that's the only option you have within the watch. You can't actually change the alarms. That has to be done on the phone, but you can actually turn them on and off on the watch. Okay, so that's the alarm. Then we have a timer so that has a stopwatch built in and a countdown. Go ahead and hit out of there. And we have a compass, obviously that's a compass, and then we have settings. So a couple things that we have within the settings, so we can change our watch face. You can see there's a few available here. There's also more available when you go into the app, which we'll take a look at in a little bit. So there's just a few of the watch faces. Okay, so the long press button option is just going to give us an option of what we want to do when we long press our button here, so we can make it so that it automatically starts a outdoor run, a treadmill activity, a walking activity, or cycling, and then also it can be an option for turning it off. And then we have brightness settings, so we can change our brightness, and then about and turn off. So that's pretty much it on the watch. There's not a whole lot to it. So I'm going to set that down, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the actual app on the phone. So the app you're going to use is called Mi Fit. So that's right here. So there's quite a bit that this can do. So first thing you'll notice is that we can set some goals, which will notify you on the watch when you reach those goals. We can set a weight goal. I'm not going to go into that. We can, link it up with some friends. So you're going to use that Mi Fit Friends. So that is something you can do. We can also link it to some accounts. So we can link it to our WeChat, QQ, whatever that is. I think that's a Chinese website, and then Google Fit. So no Strava. So on the Amazfit Pace, Strava is the main thing that you can link it to, whereas with this one, it looks like Google Fit's going to be the main thing that you're going to link to, other than actually recording the activities on here. So we have some activity alerts, so we can turn it on to remind us to look for our activities. Wake up notifications, that's just going to remind us to see how much we slept overnight. Behavior tagging, so that's just going to allow us to tag different behaviors. And then we can go into settings here. So we have some units, so that's where we're going to change from metric to imperial, and same thing here. And go out of that. And let's see here. Activities, so that's where it's going to actually record all of our activities and our status. So you can see some of the things that's going to show. All right, if we go ahead and click on this Amazfit Bip option here, so that's going to show us first of all our battery percentage, as you can see up here. We can change our watch face here under the watch face settings option. So it'll bring up some of the watch faces. Some of them will be the same ones that you saw on the watch itself, and then some of them will be just a little bit different. So like I think one of them, is a Joker. So these are actually mostly different than what you get on the watch. So it's kind of weird that you have some here, some there, but that is what it is. So we have screen unlock. That's basically just going to allow the watch to keep your phone unlocked. So if that's something that you want, we can get incoming calls to the watch. We can set the alarm here. So like I mentioned, you can't actually set the alarm on the watch. You have to set it on the app. And we can set app alerts. So this is going to allow us to get alerts from different apps. So this one's just going to allow us to get alerts from right now I have it just set for Mi Fit to give me alerts, but if you want to get alerts from Facebook and things like that, you can see that we do have that option. If you want Messenger, if you want something like, let's say, Twitter or whatever, all those are available on here. So any app basically that you have on the phone that's going to give you notifications, you can also get notifications to the watch. Like I said, there's no interactivity with those notifications. It's basically just going to be a readout of what those notifications are. We can set an idle alert, so that's just going to allow us to remind us that we need to stand up and move around for a little bit. So after an hour, it will do that, and we can set what time it does that at. And then we can find our watch, which is going to vibrate the watch. I'm not sure how helpful that's going to be. We can turn on the discoverable mode, so that's actually going to allow us to find it with GPS, so a little bit better there. And then we have the band location. That's just going to switch it between left and right hand for more accurate reading. We can have our lift wrist. That's going to actually tell it what to do when we lift our wrist. So right now, when I flip it, it's going to actually turn the backlight on. So that's what I have it set to. And Alright, so under the watch display settings, you can see that we have the option of showing which activities do show up when we go from right to left over here. So you can see it's just going to go in order of the options that I have. So I can go ahead and click off something like the compass. Let's say I don't need that one. So now when I go in the next time, it's actually not going to show me the compass. So if I go back now, it shouldn't have the compass there. See, I see it skipped right over the compass. So that is a nice option in case there's something that you don't want. But I'm just going to go ahead and click them all on because it's not too hard to flip between all those. Then we have some weather settings. Basically, you can just set up what city you want it to give you weather from, or it can do your current location, of course. And then we have the firmware version and Bluetooth address, but that's about it. So this is a great option. If you're looking for a budget-friendly option for tracking your GPS running, I would definitely say the Amazfit Bip or the Amazfit Lite is a great option. The Amazfit Pace obviously has more to offer, and it's available right now for $80. So if you're considering one of these two watches right now, I would definitely say I would recommend the Amazfit Pace. Both are great watches. This one I can say wholeheartedly gives me very accurate heart rate and distance traveled, whereas this one obviously at this point I haven't actually taken it out for an activity, so I can't say for sure that it's going to be accurate, but based on the fact that this one is so very accurate, I would assume that this one will probably also be just as accurate, but we'll test that out more in the coming days, and we'll give our full review here very shortly.